And welcome everybody once again to After Dark with the Boys. Appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. Thanks for subscribing to our channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, you need to go subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's After Dark with the Boys on YouTube. Go check us out there. Follow us on X if you're watching on X or on YouTube. Make sure you follow our Facebook page. Like, subscribe to all those things. If you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell so you can get all the videos that we upload. We upload all kinds of stuff all week long. We do reaction videos. We're doing reviews. Matter of fact, one of the topics we do tonight, I'll be doing a review on, maybe this weekend. Depends on how much time we have. We are professional wrestlers, or at least semi-professional. We do this a lot, mostly for money.
Yeah.
Now that's the whole goal.
Yeah.
Right? So we're travel.
Plus, we like to beat people up.
That's it. And there's that.
Yeah.
And we travel a lot on the weekend, so throughout the week you'll see some uploads from us. This episode you're watching tonight is, if you're watching this episode, it was released on Monday nights. That's when we release all of our episodes around 8 o'clock. So feel free to tune in, join in. We appreciate it.
Send us some questions.
Always, your questions are always welcome here.
Send us some questions, and we are not scared to answer them.
No, we are not. We'll do anything.
Yeah.
So if you got some specific subjects you'd like us to answer, hey, we do that too.
Yep.
I mean, you saw the PSA at the beginning of it. The reason we put that PSA up there is just in case just so you know that sometimes there may be an expletive or two used, or we may talk about a sensitive subject. I mean, we're not afraid to talk about anything, and that's why we say that.
We might call you water boy, and you might get upset.
And you might try to jump off a bridge because yes, that's happened.
That's happened.
So just to let you know, the possibilities are out there. So if you're easily offended or triggered, probably not the podcast for you.
Nope.
For the rest of you, welcome. Glad to have you aboard. We have our drink of the week. Go ahead and tell them what it is.
What was it? Fat Hooker?
Fat Hooker.
Fat Hooker, yeah.
Yeah. That is not a name we made up, by the way.
No.
We did not make this name up.
This has got peach schnapps, vodka, rum, and orange juice and pineapple.
That's it.
That's it. That's all.
That's what's
but
in there.
It's got 6 ounces of alcohol in it.
Yes, it does.
Total.
It's total. So
Yep.
who knows what may happen by the end of this. We'll see.
I know last week we got a little tipsy.
Now, some of y'all may be wondering, Brody, BD, why such big glasses? Well, because last week's road trip, and that video will be posted up here. Sure. It's already been posted. You gotta go check it out on After Dark.
Yeah.
The reason is because we went to Lambert's in Sykeston, Missouri.
Yep.
And we live in Mississippi.
Yep.
So we traveled up to Missouri, had a show up there, stopped by Lambert's. If you've never been to Lambert's, great restaurant. I think there's only 3 in existence.
Yeah.
One's in Foley, Alabama, one's in Sykeston, another one's in the Ozarks, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
But delicious restaurant. We ate it up.
First time I ever been there.
Me too. My first time as
It
well.
was great.
Made
Yeah,
wrestling tough that night.
Oh yeah.
It made wrestling tough that night. That was brutal.
Yep.
That was kind of hard to recover. And thought we had plenty of time to recover. Not really so much.
No.
But we picked up these awesome glasses. And
Yep.
thought these are perfect for the show.
Perfect for the show.
So here we are. Here we are doing the thing.
Because we've been talking about getting glasses for this show.
Specifically
Yeah.
and especially for this show. So
Yeah. Especially when we were doing the partying ones.
yes.
Yes.
Now tonight we don't have a dog buffer, so you're gonna hear these little bastards running around here barking at God knows what outside. Now they are wound up tonight for whatever reason. So we apologize in advance because these little dudes, this is their home, and they don't really give a damn.
My dog, he got neutered this week.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, dude,
Poor Rudy.
Yeah, he has been. He's been kind of out of it for the past.
Has he not been happy?
Well, yeah, he's happy because he's high.
Oh well.
I mean, he's on
yeah.
that
What
pain
is
medicine.
that?
He's on pain medicine, and buddy, I'm gonna tell you, he's been sleeping. He's been sleeping, curled up like a little baby.
If I had my nuts cut off, I probably just want to sleep too.
Oh, when I went in to get him the other day, see, he had it done Tuesday, and when I went in to pick him up, man, he was talking all kinds of shit back there to them folks. I mean, they was like, Rudy is very vocal today. Very vocal.
Damn.
So
There you go.
But
Speed
he hasn't
recovery
been,
to Rudy then.
But he hasn't been vocal since he got home. He kind of had me worried because he wasn't eating or drinking. But he started eating and drinking today.
The stuff's starting to wear off a little bit, and these surgeries starting to.
Yeah. Well, he's doing good because a lot better. Boy, he tore the shit out of that cone.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Rooped it right up.
Oh,
those things don't last.
Tore it up.
Yeah, those things don't last. Well, we got several different things we're going to talk about tonight on After Dark.
Yep.
A little bit different. So the Mr. McMahon documentary that's on Netflix that's been very much hyped.
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
It's 6 episodes long, almost an hour per episode. So it's a long docuseries.
Pretty entertaining too.
It's
really.
Here's the thing.
To be honest with you,
it was entertaining, but I guess I expected something a little different from it because most of the information and stuff we already know.
Yeah, you already.
Especially being around wrestling for 30 years. I mean, we kind of already know a lot of this stuff. And then now it's going to be a lot of new information for people who are just randos who really don't follow it a lot. It'll be some shocking stuff new that happened. Oh crap!
New
that
people
happened.
to the WWE.
Yep.
New fans.
Now I thought there was a few things that happened in there that I was surprised. Like this is the first time. Here's one of the things in that. We thought it was going to be strictly about McMahon. It really is about the birth of the WWE. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it kind of came off
basically,
as.
yeah. And then
there were some things about McMahon, and he didn't address just a whole lot. But the things that were there were part of the WWE's history, more so than just McMahon, right? We found out about his childhood, like he didn't know who his dad was until he was 12.
Right.
Which I didn't know that.
I did.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that was new information for me.
That was in another documentary.
And so there was that part of it. He, like he said, his name was McMahon. We're not giving away spoilers here for the most part.
Right.
It's very, I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, we will say that the whole dynamic of the thing changed when all these allegations came around because in the last episode, you can kind of see where it's kind of thrown together a little bit more. So it's pretty well paced in the first 5. But you could tell, like, the last 30 minutes is heavy on the allegations.
Oh, did you watch the last 30 minutes? I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see
It's heavy on the allegations, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the last part of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you get to it, you'll see.
Well, I'm on the last episode.
But you'll see how it's just pieced together more so than the others kind of flowed together a little bit more.
Yeah, because they at the beginning of it, that's when they got news of it.
Yeah, they had mentioned it.
You're right.
But yeah.
And he came back.
So what was the most shocking part? Was there anything shocking in there for you? I can't say that there.
The part about the first woman referee.
See, I didn't know anything about that. That was news to me.
That was news to me too. But I mean, she is claiming rape.
Well, and he did settle out of court. What, 2023? Recently.
No, hers was long.
No. They said they just settled.
On hers?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well. And
which makes me wonder.
Yeah, I mean, was
she saying the truth?
Well, it has to be.
I can't.
You're not going to settle.
I don't doubt it.
You're not going to settle if there's no truth to it.
Well, there's some disturbing things that he did say that he let slip about sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've got 3 brains.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I got 3 brains, pal.
Yeah.
And 2 of those brains are thinking some weird things about sex, brother.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah,
Wait a second.
So which one of the brains is thinking right now?
Well, we know which one got him in trouble.
Yeah.
And I have to believe there's a lot more to it than, look, McMahon lies. Anybody who says differently is fooling themselves, right?
I mean, even Stone Cold was lying on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he got dropped on his head, this is about the concussion part of it.
Yeah.
Where he got dropped on his head, he was also paralyzed for a little bit there.
He was. He got
He didn't even mention that part. But then he's going to say that he's only had 1 concussion over his career. That's bullshit. And don't tell me that.
I don't see how that is.
You don't tell me that if you're getting concussions because you don't know what you're doing. That's bullshit.
No, that's not
bullshit.
True. Any shot to the head, whether you know what you're doing or not, gives you a great chance to get a concussion. It doesn't matter because you can't throw a perfect chair shot.
You're not the one swinging the damn chair. So somebody else is swinging the chair. You're the one taking it. So it's all about how hard they swing that chair and how hard you get hit as to whether you get that concussion.
Absolutely. Now,
so he's full of shit.
Now, it may be that he never had severe concussions, so he just marks them off as headaches and he don't count them as concussions. Yeah. But I guarantee you, they were concussions.
Yeah,
You can call them micro concussions or regular, but
just because you don't believe in the
as many chair shots as they've had to the head, there's no way.
There's no way over the years.
And even not that, but just bouncing your head off the back of a mat will give you a concussion.
Yeah, I mean, he can't say he had a concussion when he come through Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh no! Talk about what that was. There was a young man that wrestled for us a few months ago that just bounced the back of his head off the canvas.
Yeah.
Instant concussion. Mm-hmm. Right? It happens. Mm-hmm. And it happens a lot more than you think it does. Mm-hmm. So, because there's some of that they don't, and I get you're trying to protect yourself. Like the whole, we've known about the steroid trial. That was a big thing that everybody knows about. Yeah. But it's the depths of it. Like,
but did you know,
hearing that whole thing, how it played out was entertaining.
Yeah. Bet you didn't know this.
What's that? Who
he hired to run the WWE in case he went to jail over that.
Wasn't it Jerry Jarrett?
Yes, you did know.
Yeah, I thought it was Jerry Jarrett.
Yep.
I thought that's who that was.
Yep.
So
he
it was
Jerry Jarrett to run the WWE for him while he was gone to prison.
Yeah, which is, because Jerry Jarrett knew what he was doing. And Vince knew that if it came down to it. But the day Hulk Hogan showed up there and the prosecution just knew they had him because he'd gone to WCW. And then Hogan didn't give him shit.
Yeah, but Hogan.
Because Hogan lies a lot. Yeah. Let's just preface that.
Yeah,
Hogan,
he does.
Hogan gives the truth scope, as they say in A Knight's Tale. It's just what he does. Like, he tends to stretch the truth greatly.
I've always I really didn't know what Jesse Ventura was really mad at.
I never heard Hogan admit to this until this one. It's the first time I've heard him admit to it.
When he snitched about him trying to get the union together. Yep.
Now,
sure did.
But here's the thing about that, though. I would have done the same thing, because I'm going to tell you, unions, when you get into it, here's what people don't understand about a union. When you decide to join a union, I learned this young in my working life. Unions can be a good thing, but they can also be a very bad thing. Especially if you got a union that's only in it for themselves. Mm-hmm. And it's like every other leader, you don't know which one of those you're getting. All right, so you can pay all these dues and get nothing out of it. You might not get anybody who fights for you. They'll fight for themselves and what they can do as the union leader. So there's a lot of things that I was told early in life. If you hear of a union trying to be started at your company, we need to know about it. Right. My dad told me that.
Right.
He said, look, son, you're going to hear about unions. He said, do not walk away from it. Don't participate in it, because if you get caught doing that stuff or talking about unions, you will get fired. And there ain't nothing I can do to help you.
Right. Well, the thing about that is he didn't have to snitch.
Well, he didn't have to.
Because
nobody was going to sign it.
Nobody was going to do that anyways. Nobody was going to join a union, try to unionize in wrestling, because they're just, you're self-employed.
Oh, yeah.
You're self-employed with back then you were self-employed.
But they had no health insurance, and that was Jesse's reasoning for getting started anyway, right? We needed something to take care of us, because nothing else, we have nothing.
We had Lloyd's of London.
Yeah, but those insurance policies were high as all get out. And not everybody could afford those things. So it was, and that was the other part of it. So I can understand why Jesse would want to do it, but he had to have known there was no way that was going to happen.
No,
because
he wasn't going to do it.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if it wasn't Hogan, somebody else would have said it.
Somebody else would have Hogan.
It just happened to be Hogan who did it. Now that ain't. That's not the egregious thing I have against Hogan. That ain't it. Because I'm a huge Hogan fan. When I grew up, I was a big time Hulkamaniac. Loved Hogan. Mm-hmm. My problem is all the other lies.
Oh, dude.
All right, when changing somebody else's story to make it yours.
Yeah.
Right, like you did stuff. That's the issues I have with that. That's where I don't even have a look. I'll tell you something even controversial. I don't have a problem with him using the N-word when he did that time, because he was so drunk and high and mad and stuff. You say some heinous, stupid shit when you're mad and high and angry. Right. Anger takes over. That's not a life or death sentence right there.
And sometimes you say shit you don't really mean.
And that happens all the time to every one of us. Right. That doesn't bother me as much. But trying to take credit for everybody else, that bothers me.
Well, he's always done
that's the part about Hogan that bothers me right there. And you can't convince him otherwise, because in his mind, it's all true.
He's always right.
Right? It's always what he says. And that's just whatever. But it was interesting though to hear that and when he went in, because he will go do these things out of the exact right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like he even gave all the credit to Vince for his success. Is that, look, I didn't know I was that, because you heard him admit to that a lot.
Yeah, he said that the things that he was saying was what Vince was telling him to say.
Yeah, even say like when he went on Doofus' show and Arsenio Hall show.
Yeah, he told him not to lie.
Don't go on there and lie.
Yeah,
and he did he went on there and lied anyway.
Yeah.
He said again, that wasn't on me. That was on me. I should have listened.
Mm-hmm.
So I did appreciate him admitting to some of these faults. But maybe one day they'll do a whole thing where if he's truly going to Jesus like he says he is, he'll just man up and say everything that was in there. Or maybe that's truly how he sees the world. I don't know. I'm not that person. I couldn't tell you. I don't know how he sees it. However, I can tell you though, the steroid trial was fascinating because that's what got him off. When he said Vince never told us to take steroids and never offered them to us.
Well, Tony Atlas said that they tried to get him to come in and justify, and he told him he was using steroids way before he ever started working for him.
Yep. He said the same thing Hogan did. Vince never told us to take them or not take them.
Bret Hart said that.
Yep. I mean, so all those guys were consistent with it.
Yeah, said that, he might have told them they needed to start working out a little more. But,
And how you did it from there was on you.
Yeah.
But
your interpretation of it is your interpretation of it.
That's it.
He never outright said, "Hey, go stick a needle in your ass so you can pump up a little bit more."
Now, by no means do not think that as us sticking up for Vince McMahon in any way for all the things that he's done.
No.
Because you talk about the disturbing thing, like the Ring Boy situation.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That was disturbing.
I can't believe that Pat Patterson wasn't involved in that. But
they all say hands down he wasn't. But the stories that you heard about that.
Well, I mean, that's like Tony Atlas said that Pat Patterson kept grabbing his pecker.
Yeah. You're like, whoa, whoa.
We'd have a problem, son.
He said, but you didn't have what are you going to do?
Who are you going to tell?
Yeah, who you going to take a second command?
You want a job or you want to let him grab your pecker?
I mean, so
I guess.
It was a different world for sure back then. And there's other stories they didn't even touch on.
Yeah.
Not even close to being touched on. That would truly shock anybody watching it. And I thought that might be what we got out of this. It wasn't. I was disappointed because it wasn't as good as far as new information and confirmation of some rumors and innuendo we've heard.
Right.
Pretty dark stuff. And none of that was in here, right? I've heard that this was a hit piece. It's really not a hit piece. I mean, most of the stuff we know about Vince.
We already know. I mean, he's already said this shit before.
Yeah, so it's not like there's a lot of new information in here.
I mean some of the stuff with Shane.
That was wild.
Some of the stuff with Shane and the way that he put the dagger in my chest, in my heart.
Yeah.
You want this company, that's the only way you're going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff there that was a little like, oh, dang.
Yeah, there's some things in there that you didn't know, but most of the stuff we already knew. But that's because we're wrestlers and we watch that stuff and we're involved in it, so we know. So
how many people do we hang around that are behind the scenes that have lived, who have seen it?
Oh yeah.
So it's not like
we haven't heard some of the stories.
we're not just pulling this out of our asses, right? It's just
see, and then you talk about the screw job, the Montreal screw. That's not the only screw job that he's done.
The Wendy Richter one was wild, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
I'd almost forgot about that until he started talking about it. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That was the original screw job when it came to WWF.
Yep.
Just like I had forgot all about that.
She said, "I'm not giving it up." Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
One way or the other.
It's being given up. But the whole thing was still well done.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I thought it was still well done, but it just didn't bring anything just new to the table.
Well, just like the
and they had hundreds of hours of interviews.
Yeah, they don't have all of it on there.
No, that's what I'm saying. So there were we got 6 hours total out of those hundreds of hours. I'm just curious as to what they said. We can't put this in there. We're not going to put this in there.
Did you see the press release he put out about them trying to make him look like he's worse than what he was?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Vince, no, they didn't. That's the last thing they did, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
They just did the last 30 minutes of that. Well, all they did was repeat what's put out there.
Yeah.
So they haven't said anything. Even that wasn't anything new, right? It's everything that we know up to this point about it anyway. About the girl, her claims of what happened, what's been filed, all that. It's everything that's already public knowledge. It's not like it's new information.
Right.
Except unless you haven't followed it at all.
Yeah, if you don't know anything
So
about it.
if you haven't followed it and you watch this documentary, then it'll be new to you, but there hasn't been anything new that's developed in this case.
Right.
How about that? We can tell you that. But it was kind of fascinating. Though just listening to him talk about it was the fascinating part for me, because a lot of it you hear from other sources, but when you hear them like themselves, like the Jesse thing, the whole union deal was all. I liked hearing that.
Yeah.
And I didn't. The steroid trial was cool again, just to hear about how that all happened. But like I said, the disturbing thing, like the Ring Boy incident, the female ref incident.
I didn't know that he did a Playboy interview to where he admitted that he had affairs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know, that was the one he told more stuff in than any other interviews.
Oh, really?
It's that one, yeah. Right. Now, so before we move on, the Jim Stossel thing.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Stossel? Jim Stossel? Well,
John Stossel.
John Stossel. My God, I love this because we really got some in-depth on this one, though. We got some clarification on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's what I think it's even Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas was in here a lot.
Yes.
I was surprised,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He was in here a lot.
Well, I'm sure he got paid. That's why.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He was talking.
Yeah.
Tony was not, I didn't know what kind of shape Tony was in, but he's still big and he's still talking.
Oh, yeah.
And when you got those dudes in there, and Stossel brought this on himself first.
Yeah, because he was trying to.
They thought they were just there to do regular interviews. They let him in to do
Right.
all that, and
Yeah,
then he
and
turns
he
it
was-
into a hit piece.
Yeah,
Now,
he was
writing hit pieces on it,
Yeah,
right?
he was trying to. He was insulting everybody. He was trying to expose wrestling.
Oh yeah.
You know.
He wanted to try and make his name off exposing because wrestling had just blown up.
Right.
So he wanted to be that guy that exposed it.
Expose it.
The only thing that got exposed how weak he was.
Yep.
Because when he got slapped upside his head,
Oh.
I don't know what he thought. Like, he bowed up to this man. You got to realize that
David Schultz.
David Schultz is a large man.
He's not the guy you want to be going
He's
up at.
definitely not the one. And Vince never told anybody to go after him. He just said it would be nice if somebody shut him up.
Well, according to Schultz, he told him to go do
Yeah,
it.
that's what Schultz said.
Yeah.
Other people just said they heard the comment, it sure would be nice if they would shut him up.
Yeah. Well, you never know what was said in private.
You don't. You have no idea.
No.
But Schultz handled it. He hit him that one time and it wasn't good enough. The dude sat there. He popped him at the same time, sent him to the floor.
Knocked him to the floor.
I was like, oh
Is
my
that
God.
fake?
I told Jen, I said, busted his eardrum on that second one.
Yeah.
Second one tore him up.
Yeah.
Tore him up.
Yeah.
And,
And those were open hand slaps.
oh yeah. Just a slap.
Just a slap.
Imagine what that rest of that ring does to you. That's what people don't understand. That's all it took for you to get your eardrum busted was that. And then boom. What happened to Stossel was, I don't even know if he really got his eardrum busted, but I know his pride got busted hard.
What's like Bowser?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Bowser.
Hogan put him in that
Oh, you're talking
front
about
choke. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're talking about
Yeah, Richard Bowser.
Richard, dude, that dude,
Where he
Richard Belzer.
Belzer was passed out, and he let him go, and his head hit the.
Boom.
See, that's another thing. His head hit the floor, and he busted it open. He was bleeding everywhere.
Knocked his ass out.
Yeah, knocked
Concussion.
him out. Concussion. That's what we're talking about.
Concussion. It got him. I mean,
you can take a bump on that floor. Because I know from experience, because I hit my head on the floor and had a really bad concussion afterward. Lasted a couple months on that one because I hit my head very hard. Remember, you came and checked on me.
oh yeah, I remember. That was brutal.
Yep.
But it don't take much.
Nope.
And so, but here's what I find funny. Those guys start mouthing off to wrestlers, so they're trying to make jokes out of them.
Yeah.
And then they get embarrassed, and then
Yeah.
they go cry about it.
Yeah.
You know, this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Show me how much of a beta male you are by that.
Vince McMahon, he tickled me when he got pissed off at Bob Costas.
Yeah, Bob,
Let me finish.
And Bob had a long-standing relationship with the
Yeah.
WWE,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
F at the time.
Yeah. He's like, you gonna let me finish? I can just see my hands going around his neck.
Yeah, it's just, jeez. I don't know, man. Look, it's still something for you guys to check out, even if you're around the business or in the business or you're a newbie to it. It still was a fascinating. If you like documentaries, especially,
Yeah. I love documentaries.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
We're watching Monster right now too, the Menendez brothers story.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to.
Oh my God!
Really?
Oh, dude, I'll tell you something. Those freaks right there. Those.
You think they're guilty? Well, I know they're
yeah.
guilty. I know they're
No
guilty.
question.
I know they're guilty, but you think their reasoning behind doing it? Do you think they really feared for their lives?
I don't think it was the fear for their lives as much, and maybe they did at the time, but if a third of what they say is accurate, a fourth of what they say is accurate, I see why they did it. I see why they were pushed to doing it. The sexual abuse alone that those boys endured. And that was on tape too. That's what actually got the whole thing started, right?
Yeah.
I have no doubt, I have no reason to believe that they were not sexually abused. Because when Eric told it, he didn't know he was being recorded, but he had no reason. Nothing had gotten out. There was no prosecution coming. They were in the clear. So there was no reason for him to keep that secret.
Right.
All right, there was no reason for him to tell it, other than that it's been bothering him and this whole thing about the deaths of his parents, because they still love their parents, right? But the years of sexual abuse, of just mental abuse, of physical abuse, that whole thing, dude, and all the actors in that one, perfect, spot on. They were so good. And we're not to the end of it yet, but it's wild. So if you want something else to watch,
I'll have to watch it.
watch Mr. McMahon, watch Monsters. Both of them on Netflix. And it's wild. Dude, it tells you how much you didn't know about the case. And if that case was tried today, would those boys would have been even found guilty? Like, will they be spending life behind bars? If everything that I've seen on this documentary is
Probably
fact,
would have got second degree, did a few years and been out.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I got.
It's
All
wild.
right. So Vince McMahon says that nobody knows him. That Mr. McMahon is a character.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's use you and I.
Why?
All right. So is Big Daddy Storm you, or is it just a character?
Yes. How much more to say?
Yes. Okay.
I can't deny it. It's got any successful character is a part of you,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
So for him to sit there and say he's just acting and it's just a character,
Horseshit.
horseshit.
No.
Like all that sexual shit.
That's you, Vinnie Mac,
Yeah,
playing it out
that's
live
you.
on TV.
That's
Look,
you.
he even said, this is the other thing. He was trying to say that the Attitude Era was still PG family. No, it was not.
Not.
No, you were pushing R-rated big time.
Right.
I'm like, you're rubbing right up against it.
I mean,
The only thing that kept it from being R-rated was no actual nudity. You caught glimpses that were quickly blurred out, but that was it. That's the only thing that kept WWE from being R-rated back then. But
I mean,
but that
was him wanting to make out with them women.
is
That's
all
that
it was. It was a free pass for him to do it right open in front of everybody's faces.
Right.
And if you don't think so, you're fooling yourselves again. That character is Vince. Mr. McMahon is Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Just, it may be dialed up, but here's the question. Just how dialed up is it? That's the question you got to ask.
Yeah.
Is it dialed up a lot, or does it just have to be barely dialed up? And those are, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because if you've got 3 different versions of him, then what's the one when you go home? Is that your 4th version, or is that?
Yeah. Vince got one version. Psycho Vince. Because,
And
yeah,
how old is he now? 78.
at least, right? I think he's got to be. I believe so. I believe so.
I mean,
But, dude, it was, I don't know. That's, Because people do ask that all the time, right?
He needs to pay for what he's done.
Yeah. How much is you? How much is your character?
It's like Bret Hart's ex-wife told Hunter that, you're gonna pay for what you did. You'll pay. Karma's a bitch. When she was in the hallway after the screw job.
She wasn't the most pleasant of people either, though, right?
No.
I mean, she's a lot like she was some saint. Brett's like, you know what, I appreciate you going to bat for me, but we are going to get divorced soon. You don't even know it yet, but it's going to, that sort of thing. No. Speaking of wrestling, what about arm wrestling? You've been talking about this arm wrestling thing, because you were talking to me about this the other night.
About the arm wrestling?
Arm wrestling.
What is his name? Devin Lariat?
I don't follow arm wrestling, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, I sent you that clip.
Yeah.
What caught my attention was it was Braun Strowman and him, and they were going at it, and then he was arm wrestling Braun, and then he was sitting there and he was just holding him, and he was laughing, and Braun Strowman was like struggling, and then he told him, he says, like that, and just put him on down.
Yep.
But it's good. It's becoming a big sport.
Is it coming back again?
Yeah.
Well, it used to be big in the 80s.
Yeah, but it's coming back now.
That was a big thing.
Boys, they got this thing now where it's called East versus West, and it's this guy's from Canada, so, and then there's some guys from like Russia and some other stuff like that. But man, it's coming back big time. They did a thing where they had a big showdown between number one. He was number one at the time. This other guy was number one, but he had his number one ranking taken away.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't doing anything. So they went head to head, and it was showing where he was picking up those just with the arm, just one arm with weights and stuff.
Yep.
Man.
So that's what Braun Strowman had to realize, though. He should know this being a power lifter.
Well, it's different.
Because you're talking about use your powerful all right here, but at this right here.
Yeah, it's this right here. That and your shoulder. It's all how you. But they'll get their wrist like that, and then they'll be down like that. And if that right there is not tough,
yeah, you're done.
You done.
So that forearm is important.
And dude, he walks like this with his arms locked like that right there. He can't straighten his arm out. He's had his arms messed up so bad.
Yeah, I
from arm wrestling.
That's wild.
Yeah, you have to check it out, man. You need to check this shit out.
I might check out some arm wrestling.
Yeah, you need to check it out. You need to check it out.
I don't know. I might check that out though, because it'd be
Dude,
wild.
I mean, you check it out, you'll be like, because this guy here, he talks so much shit.
I like him already.
He talks. That's what got me is the way he talks shit. When he's standing there talking crap to him, like he's just talking major. I mean, you're like right across the table and you're just talking,
just saying it all.
Just say,
just laying it out there.
Just laying it out there, like, and then you'll do something and they'll have to put a strap on and you'll go, and then you'll have like a 30-second break or something, and he's over there talking smack to him. Yeah, man, it's great.
I'll check it out.
You need to.
I will take a look at it.
Yeah.
It's not something I ever want to do.
Dude.
Never want to do it.
I don't know, man.
No, because, dude, come on, we're elderly at this point compared to those guys.
Dude.
You have to be
older guys.
But right here,
yeah.
You know what? That is hard to build. That muscle building that thing right there.
Yeah, I know.
So the power they have it, I don't have that much time in a day. That's a lot of masturbating. ain't got that much time.
Damn.
Nope. Ain't got that much time, boys.
And the fact that you got to do it with both hands. They do left-handed and right-handed.
Oh, jeez, no. I don't think, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
They have a right-handed one that they'll do, and then you'll have to arm wrestle left-handed too.
Oh, Jesus. No. Nope. Not me, folks. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. I ain't doing that shit. Nope.
You need to check it out, though.
I'll do the pillow fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Pillow fighting looks like fun.
My friend of mine sent me a hat that said pillow fighting champion on there. And I thought he was just messing with me.
That's a real thing.
But it's a real thing.
It's a sport, buddy.
Yeah.
I would do that. Yeah. Let's go. I could do that all day long. I don't mind the pillow fighting part of it.
And that slapping,
I'm not doing that either. Nope.
Man.
No.
I kind of watched it a long time ago, but I think Dana White got involved in it.
Yeah.
He's changed it a little bit. Man.
No, dude. I can't stand being slapped, period.
I can't either, but, I mean, to be slapped hard enough to knock your ass
That's what I'm
out.
saying. There's no way.
Damn.
And you just missed a little bit and cut that ear right there. That's
dude.
Exploded eardrum.
Yeah, and then some of them I'll slap so hard they'll have fucking knots on the side of their damn head from where they're getting slapped so hard. I'm like, damn.
Man, I'm not doing
That shit.
That's dumb.
I don't care. Like standing there doing a punching
Not
contest.
doing it.
Might as well punch him.
Yeah, the little people will say, well, you just don't understand the sport. I understand getting slapped. I understand not liking it. So there's no way I'm standing up there and letting another human being slap me.
I don't like
But you get a slap them back. I don't care. I don't care. That ain't the point. That is not the point.
Ain't the point.
Nope.
I don't like. I mean, it's like getting chopped. I can give a chop back, but I don't like taking them.
Dude, not me either. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the chops.
Tender right there.
Dude. Something.
It's a playground. That ain't no damn.
Dude, I know that's right. Hell with that. So I saw this thing on PBD today. For those of you who don't know Patrick Bet-David, if you haven't followed his podcast, you should. Incredible podcast. He had released Kamala Harris's tax plan. If that thing ever came into fruition, it would destroy the country literally. I mean, it is stupid, her tax plan. This tells you somebody who understands nothing about how economics works, even on the basic level. All right, she thinks you can only tax one people and one set of people, and it's not going to affect everybody. That's not how any of this works. That's not how economics works. Like if you're taxing just the rich, and then they can't, like they want to tax unrealized gains, right? You know what that is?
What now?
Unrealized gain. So that's like I've got $100 million sitting here in mutual funds.
Right.
I get paid on the interest or whatever it is, or in a company, and then company's making a profit. So my stocks that I have in that company fluctuate.
Right.
All right. So say at the end of the year they're worth this much. Now I don't have that money. It's in the stock. I don't have it until I sell it.
Right.
All right. So you don't actually have that money.
Right. So
you're worth a certain amount of money because it's yours.
Taxes on it because you don't have it.
But they want you to pay those taxes on something you don't have.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So, which means you have to sell it to pay taxes. Then you don't have it on. It would crush everything. So, businesses would crash, layoffs would happen in mass, and talking about wrecking your economy to the point of almost no return. That's what would happen on this stupid tax plan. That somebody said, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's release this one. It's dumb as shit. There's no way anybody can look at that from an economic standpoint and go, that's a good idea. But anyway, Patrick Bet-David, follow them. There's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of good actual information, because this dude is an insurance guy and all this. He's created his own empire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was born, I think, is it Lebanese or Iranian? I can't remember. Born over there. They came over here a long time ago. His dad did and brought them over here and became naturalized, became a citizen and fought for the country, all that sort of stuff.
That's good.
PBD is cool. He's a cool dude. Well, they had a thing on the voting machine fraud today. How this guy hacked it. You saw a little bit of the video over there with a USB. Just a USB drive. Was that we go put it in the machine, hack the machine, and change whatever we want to in the machine. Now this was on a much older voting machine, but
he said
but
the
think
last
about
time
that.
they used it was in 2012.
Yeah. But think about that. If you can hack these machines, and if we don't have paper ballots to back them up, because that's the issue. If you have a paper ballot to back it up, then you say, okay, I can match this for that. Well, this is not adding up. Oh, I see where the error is. Who's to stop them from going there and just changing it to whatever they want to? You remember growing up, you knew the election that night before you went to bed who won.
Yeah.
There was no question. Now, all of a sudden, we don't know till 3 days later, and all these other votes mysteriously come up just enough for the other candidate to win? Come on now. Come on now. We know better. We know better. So it was to me, it was super interesting to see that. To go there and know, and people need to wake up on that. So they're gonna be sorry. They're gonna be sorry. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. This bad hooker's not bad.
I know.
Bad hooker's not bad at all. Speaking of,
Box 13 was the LBJ thing.
that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, Box 13. That's where he got like 200 votes during the night.
Yeah.
To win his election. That was for when he was going into Senate or Congress or whatever it was.
Yeah, mysteriously. CIA operation, probably. But I mean, I'm telling you, it's no different than the 2020 election. All those votes suddenly appeared over in the middle of the night.
Yeah, this happened in 1948 when he was going for the state elections.
Yeah. America cheating for a long time. Cheating for a long time.
Yep.
Everybody's just afraid to talk about it. Which is
Democrat.
Wild to me.
He was a Democrat.
Why is everybody afraid to talk about it? You know, it's like the Hollywood people, right? There's no way every person in Hollywood is a Democrat.
No.
There's no way everybody in Hollywood believes all the same thing. If those people would sack up a little bit and just say, we're not putting over your BS anymore. This is what it is. Screw you. We're not doing it. You can fix that whole situation. But the garbage, like The View is probably the worst TV you will ever watch.
The View.
I mean, those cackling hens on there.
Man, they don't.
I used to love Whoopi.
They have nothing. Are they ever right about anything?
Nothing, because they listen to MSNBC.
Oh my God.
I mean, it is crazy. Where do they get their information at? Because when you're, this is what bugs me. It's what bugs me about how I was on a show last night as a guest. And this is one of the things that bugged me. This is what I was telling them. I'm like, there are almost 400 million people in this country. 400 million. Half of these people in this country are dumb as dirt. I would say it's probably even more than half. Because none of them research anything. They believe what they're told.
Right.
Right? Like literally, people in this country will not go out and think for themselves. Somebody tells them something, and that's got to be what it is because somebody told me. Well, how many times have you heard, well, I saw it on Facebook. Well, so-and-so said it.
Yeah.
Okay. So your friend's a dumbass too. Why would you just look at something like that and go, oh yeah, surely that what they're saying is truth and I don't have to do any of my own research on it.
That's like the thing I was watching today on YouTube. The guy was talking about The View and stuff, and he's got all kinds of stuff where it proves that they are lying.
That's because he backs it up with facts, clips, and other clips to show that what they're saying is wrong.
So JD, the vice.
Oh yeah, I love JD.
He
smokes them.
He was telling them to stop the rhetoric.
Yeah,
stop all that because that's what's causing the
assassination attempts.
Assassination attempts, and they're on there talking about. Whoopi's like, well, doubt you haven't been to one of your running mates'
rallies.
What are
you talking about? He's there all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and he's not. I mean, they showed a clip of him telling the people to go home.
That was after the January 6th deal. That was that day.
Yeah, he was telling them to go home, stop all this. We need a peaceful resolution to this.
And he told them beforehand.
Yeah.
Peaceful protesting.
Yes.
That's all we're doing here.
Right.
And so, but they leave all of that out. And then they show the clip, and it's like, dude, you just show the clip. It's like with Kamala Harris. This is the problem that bugs me, and this should frighten everybody about our media. When she could go up there and reiterate these talking points about like Charlottesville. Good people on both sides still. There's so much video out there showing that is not what Trump said. He wasn't referring to KKK being good people.
No.
White supremacists being... No, that's not what he said at all. He was talking about people who were on either side of wanting either the statues to stay or go.
Right.
Right? He's not talking about the supremacists, and he even says it.
See, he was saying there's good people on each side of the view of that.
But they will not talk about that part of it. They use it. They take that one little thing, and boom, like the bloodbath thing. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the car industry and how the bloodbath is figurative when we're talking about what could happen with jobs, because if all that goes overseas and all of our cars are built there, then the auto industry is as good as dead here in America at that point.
A lot of jobs gone.
And all that, it was actually said, right? That's what he said. Mm-hmm. And they take one little word, anything they can find like that, and they twist it. And people in this country are so stupid. They don't go research for themselves. And like, Trump talking about being a dictator. I'm like, that's not what he said.
Well, it's like him saying something about her being black. You know, they tried to make a big deal about that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he was like, when did she become black? Because when she ran for Congress or whatever it was, she was Indian.
And they were trying to say, well, that's not true. I'm like, yeah, it is, because there's plenty of videotape out there. There are plenty of people calling, you are the first Indian senator I know, and I'm here for the Indian people. I'm like,
yep.
She said it.
Yep, said it.
It's being said, and then it's like they're trying to rewrite history.
Right.
And that bugs me. It bugs me that people believe it. And you have these conversations with people, and you see it's like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? It's not true.
And the media's getting on Janet Jackson right now because she said that she ain't black.
Yeah. Well, she knows. She knows.
Yeah.
I love when even Africans call out some of these people, right?
Right.
Well, dude, you ain't African. You ain't never been in this country.
Yeah.
And you do know that there are Africans who aren't black, right?
Exactly.
You do. You're aware of this.
It's because they were born in Africa.
That's what makes them Africans.
You're born in the United States. That makes you an American.
Now, you may have some descent from another relative down the line, but you're still an American.
At the end of the day, you're American.
You're American. So, that's like her. She wasn't born in the U.S. No, she wasn't. So, she's Indian. And she's, what is it? Oh, shoot. Jamaican?
Yeah.
Where dad was Jamaican, I believe.
I think so.
I believe that's what he was.
Sure.
So, again, stuff like that, folks, come on. You got to think for yourselves there. And again, my problem is, why did you say you're Indian and be done with it and leave it at that?
Because you're trying to get the black vote.
Mm-hmm. And that's all it is.
That's all it is.
There's a reason. So, which means you're willing to lie to do whatever you want to for power.
Right.
This is not complicated, people. But it burns me up, though, that our fellow citizens and neighbors believe this BS.
They do.
You know, I was on that show last night. The guys were asking, we were talking about it. And,
what show was you on?
it was the All In podcast or something like that. Oh, I had the name written down too because I was going to promote it today. I'll have to find out. Anything is possible, I think, is what it is.
Okay.
Is what it is. Good show, buddy of mine, Ricky. He does it over here. He's a MMA guy, instructor and all that. I met the other two guys for the first time last night, but we're talking about this. So, Civil War. Say that dingbat wins and Civil War breaks out in this country, because everybody who's of any sense knows that there's no way she wins at the ballot box unless it's rigged.
Right.
Sorry, it's not going to happen. If Trump loses because something got rigged and cheated, that's how the American people are going to feel. You're not going to change their mind on that. They're going to feel cheated because there's no way that the least liked vice president in the world on both sides all of a sudden is popular. No way. That is not done without lots of lies. So, if that happens, a civil war in this country looks a lot different than it did in 1861. Right? It's a lot different. Then it was clear cut, North versus South. Think about this. Most of your biggest Democrat hotspots are in the big population centers in these cities. Right? You get out to the rural area where we live at, and this is all across the United States, no matter what state it is. The rural areas are mostly just good old people sitting out there trying to get along, trying to make a living. Don't care. Most of them probably conservative leaning more than anything else. But your population centers are heavily Democrat because they're oppressed. It's what your Democrat leaders are, and that's where they push their politics. And they keep those places divided and subjected. So a civil war in that case looks a lot different, because what you're going to see is the cities implode on themselves first. The cities are going to tear themselves apart. And then some of those people are going to try to wander out here in the rural areas.
Yep.
And that's a mistake. That's a mistake, because the people out here aren't about melanin. They're not about whether you'll list as ramp or not. They're not worried about whether you're male or female or not. They're neighbors, they're friends, and that's what it is. It's family. A lot different in the rural areas.
It's more like
than
being a family than
it is. So it's a different look than I think people even want to really talk about, especially the leadership wants to talk about. Because you try to go and fight families, right? It's different. It's a whole lot different than it is in the city, where you can live next door to somebody for 20 years and not know them. That's not like that here. It's not like that out in this rural area. So we were talking about that, and that was just kind of my take on it. What's your take on that?
My take's the same as yours. I don't think that. I think that not only if a civil war was to break out, that you're not just going to be dealing with that. You're going to be dealing with Russia and everybody else trying to come in and take over this country because we're fighting amongst ourselves. We're going to be like a third
world country.
Yeah, third world country.
China's already waiting on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they bought up so much land here,
mm-hmm.
and like idiots, America just lets them do it.
Yeah.
And not only that, they bought up a lot of gold and silver. That's the other thing people don't understand either.
Yeah, we don't own all that gold in Fort Knox. We don't own anymore. We don't own that. We didn't own it back when Reagan was president. That's how long we haven't owned our own gold.
Well, this is the other thing. The problem people have so wrong about this thing too. They're like, well, she says they're going to keep cutting taxes. No, they're not. Her tax cuts aren't tax cuts. No, they're not. They're not tax cuts. You're going to end up paying for like 4 or 5 times what you're paying now. And in 15 years, the first, I think it's 16 years, that's like 10 times the amount. Something ridiculous.
How much money did Obama print and pass out?
God, I don't know, trillions.
I mean, it was like.
And they're still doing it.
And then that's just causing more debt.
Well, and that's
when you print more money, when you don't have the currency to back that money, you're just putting yourself right in further debt.
You are.
You're not.
Those are basically IOUs at this point.
Yeah, you're not. You're not making anything out of it. You're just.
Yeah. And the more that you see that, and that's what I mean by the stupid people here in this country, who believe that this money is magic, like it's just nothing. Nobody has to pay for it. Like it has to come from somewhere. These taxes, when all that money, when they sent that $86 billion over there to Iran, where do you think that comes from? That's the way that should be used right here. It comes from us. Everybody watching this video right here in this room, that money comes from us. And why is it not used here? And who do you think gets a little kickback? All that money didn't go over there. So that's the other thing. That 86 million didn't all go over there.
And when that civil war breaks out, don't bring your woke ass this way.
No.
Your woke ass is gonna get tore up.
That's it. Go ahead and live in y'all's fantasy land. You think it's gonna protect you? Let's see how long that lasts. By the way.
Yeah. See how long you last without a gun in your house.
I swear, dude. People are crazy. Well, dude, because if you're not, that's the wild thing. That's what bugs me too about people. I get bugged. I guess there's a lot that bugs me about people.
But in today's world, it is. It's nothing like it used to be.
No, because everybody lives in this fantasy world. That all we gotta do is scream and yell, and people leave me alone.
Nope.
They don't do anything. That's like when somebody comes up in your face and screaming and yelling, and all of a sudden they get slugged, and they can't understand why. Why did somebody just hit me? I was just screaming and yelling. He wasn't supposed to hit me.
You're not supposed to hit me.
Why?
You're supposed to leave me alone.
Yeah, you're supposed to agree with me and just leave me alone and walk off. I walked off after I punched your lights out.
Yeah. I'm not going to just let you scream and yell in my face.
You don't want to get hit, don't do stupid things.
Yeah, don't do stupid.
It's just kind of how it is.
Just don't bring your woke ass this way.
I miss those days.
Oh, dude.
I miss those days. So bad. You did stupid shit, you paid for it.
You get in a little fight, 10 minutes later you're friends again.
That's it. Not anymore.
Not anymore. You're bitter enemies then.
Forever. Yeah. It's kind of sad. 38 more days. 39 more days. 38, 39, something like that. Till the election.
Till we find out if we're going to be exploding or getting fixed.
Yeah, the polls coming out now, though, show Trump leading almost everywhere.
Really? Good.
And usually they don't show that. Usually they show the Democrats way out in front. So
Good.
it's a weird thing, but you see Trump everywhere. And Kamala, oh my God, this idiot. Who, by the way, doesn't even know how to pronounce her own name. Like, she says her name in two different ways.
Does she?
Yeah.
Kamala,
Yeah.
Kamala and Kamala.
Oh, yeah. It's like, you don't even know who you are? How the hell are you going to run the country? Is whatever Biden have contagious? Like, you just caught it and you don't know? Like,
Since they took him out of the race, man, you don't hear nothing from him.
she was on the podium talking to the president of Ukraine today.
Really?
Yeah, her. Why her? She's the vice president.
All to show how she can run the country.
Well, stand up there and go, we're in Ukraine, and it's a country that's big over by another large country in Europe. And so that makes it a country called Ukraine. The wisdom that comes out of that wench's mouth is just mind-numbing. Mind-numbing. Lord, and this is what I love too. People will talk about, well, y'all Republicans, and y'all just say, look, I'm not a Republican, I'm an American. I don't care to be a Republican or a Democrat, to be honest with you. It's just about who is doing the right thing for the country.
I've never voted that way. I've always voted for the right person.
That's right. Who I thought was right for the job.
For the job.
I don't care if you're right or left.
I've never really been Democrat or Republican.
Me either.
I mean, I voted for Clinton back in the day because I was making bukus of money with him in office.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I voted for him.
That's it. Like making my checks are large.
Yep.
My debt is down. Let's go.
Let's go.
Makes it easy. But nowadays, though,
because nobody wants to remember that, you know, everybody says Clinton was a bad president. He got us into black. He got us out of the red.
He wasn't a bad president.
For a while.
He was a freak.
Yeah,
he was a freak.
He likes sex.
Look, if I was married to that wench, I'd be a freak too.
Yeah, you gotta get it somewhere.
Hell yeah.
You ain't getting it at home. You gonna get it somewhere.
Look, I don't fault him.
I don't either.
I don't either. Not at all.
You get a blowjob in the White House, go ahead.
I've always said that too. If I was married to her, I'd cheat too.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, what? Probably could never get an erection with Hillary in there. Probably not. I would doubt it. I don't see how.
I don't see how.
He did one time apparently because they got $1 out of the deal, but even that might have been in vitro. We don't know. The truth ain't coming out about that either. I don't care for that nasty lying wench at all. You know, she gets a free pass on everything. She should be serving hard time right now.
Right now. Yes, she should.
For the crime she's committed that they will not prosecute her for.
Yes. Just the Benghazi thing.
Alone should have got her some jail time.
Yes.
And then all the emails.
Yes.
The setting up of the Russian collusion hoax.
Yep.
All that stuff that we know happened is that was laid at the feet of her administration. What? Come on, people.
Nobody wants to do what's right.
I don't even understand it. That's crazy to me. But it's what it is. It's what it is.
It's time to wrap it up, ain't
It is time to wrap it up. People, we appreciate you guys tuning in today for another edition of After Dark with the boys.
Fat hooker.
Fat hookers.
Nice drink.
People are going to say that is misogynistic and sexist. Call your drink a fat hooker.
It's the name of it.
We didn't call it this.
We looked it up.
We looked it up. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just made it.
And,
sounded cool.
And calling this drink a rotund glass who likes to make money off of doing horizontal hula is way too much to say.
Yes.
So fat hooker it is.
Yes.
Fat hooker it is.
Yes, it is.
Till next time, appreciate you guys tuning in.
Send us some questions.
And remember to give us a like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on X, follow us on Facebook. It's After Dark with the boys. Until next time, see ya.